releasing that disturbing body cam video showing the beating that preceded the death of 43-year-old Robert Brooks, an inmate at Marcy Prison.
14 correctional officers, including a nurse, 2 sergeants, and COs, beat him to death. Who are you? Who are you?
I'm not breaking. You can call the state police. I'm not breaking any laws.
You are. You're not allowed to record on state property.
I am recording officials in the course of their duty.
And it says right here, no cell phones beyond this point.
Right.
So
I am engaged in a constitutionally and statutorily protected activity.
So am I being detained?
For right now, you are.
For what crime?
Showing right now, they're determining whether or not they want you arrested for the crime of criminal trespass, which you actually committed when you went inside after they told you couldn't be recording in there.
What happens when asking uncomfortable questions turns into a legal showdown? Today, we're at the Marcy Correctional Facility in New York State. These officers went way too far when they used a simple no cell phone policy to threaten an arrest. A huge shout out to Long Island Audit for capturing this intense footage and for his relentless dedication to spreading civil rights awareness. Will his legal knowledge save him from being taken away in handcuffs? Check the link in the description, subscribe to his channel, and tell him ID Refusal Central sent you. You will definitely have an opinion on this video.
Today we're at the Marcy Correctional Facility here in Marcy, New York. We're here today, as always, to peacefully exercise our First Amendment right to film in public and publicly accessible areas, to promote transparency and accountability within our government, and to ensure that our public servants recognize our rights and treat us with respect. We are also here. Who are you? Couldn't even get through my intro there, ladies and gentlemen. Not supposed to be taking pictures of the facility. Marcy is the correctional facility that beat and murdered Robert Brooks.
Releasing that disturbing body cam video showing the beating that preceded the death of 43-year-old Robert Brooks, an inmate at Marcy Prison.
14 correctional officers, including a nurse, 2 sergeants, and COs, beat him to death. Who are you? Who are you? It doesn't matter who you are? So why do you think you could tell me what I can and cannot do if it doesn't matter who you are, sir?
That's why.
Who says? You?
It's the rules, man.
It's the rules?
Yeah.
I'm actually conducting interviews about Robert Brooks. Are you one of the officers that engage in that kind of behavior where you beat inmates until they're dead? Is that what happens here? You got to be safe here, man. They're doing some crazy things here. Are you one of the officers that violates people's constitutional rights? That kills people? Is that what you do? Do you want to answer any questions? Excuse me. Yeah, I am allowed. It's my First Amendment right.
Sir,
What's your name and badge number?
What?
What's your name and badge number?
Sergeant Gentile. Okay.
Is your body camera on?
My body camera's on.
Oh, because
All right.
there was a lot of officers when they
my
beat
badge
Robert
number
Brooks.
is 4382.
When they beat Robert Brooks, they didn't have their body cameras
Sir,
on,
I'm
did
gonna
they?
ask you to leave.
This is
or
a
we're gonna
publicly
call
accessible. This is a publicly accessible area.
New York State.
This is a publicly accessible
policy
area, sir.
Is you're not allowed to.
What happened?
report on family.
How did what happened to
state
Robert
law.
Brooks? Does that happen to a lot of inmates here, sir?
Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
I have business here.
We're gonna call
You can call the state police all you want, sir. You can call them all you want. They should be here arresting people who are beating inmates.
Sir.
You are beating inmates to death,
Sir.
callously and
You
with
cannot
malice,
record
with
on state
no
roads.
type of.
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Sir,
or
I'm not
gonna call
breaking.
the state
You can
police.
call the state police. I'm not breaking any laws.
You are. You're
I'm
not allowed
not.
to record on state property.
I am recording officials in the course
And
of
it
their
says
duty.
right here, no cell phones beyond this point.
Right.
So
I
need you to
am
leave.
engaged in a constitutionally and statutorily protected activity. New York
I need
State
you to
rights.
step out.
Are you familiar with the New York State Right to Monitor Act? I have a right to film you in the course of your duty as
Okay,
a
I'm gonna
public
need
servant.
I'm gonna ask you to leave,
And
or I'm gonna call the state police.
When authorities demand you stop recording, knowing the law is your best shield. Under the First Amendment in the New York State Right to Monitor Act, citizens have a protected right to film public servants in the course of their duties in publicly accessible areas. A facility's internal policy does not override state statutes or constitutional rights.
Let's talk about Robert Brooks, sir. Let's get
I
back
am
on
not
point.
talking about Robert Brooks. I'm
How
not
many
talking
people,
about
how many
you.
inmates have you killed here, sir? How many inmates?
Sir, I'm gonna have to ask
How many
you
inmates
to
have died in your custody, sir? I would like to know. How many inmates have died in the custody of Marcy? Why was he even here? Wasn't he an inmate of Mohawk? What happened? I have a FOIL request here in my pocket as well, sir, that I would like to submit to the Marcy Correctional Facility. Immediately, as soon as I get here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at them. You guys are nothing but a bunch of cowards. You beat a man with that's handcuffed behind his back? You beat a man that's handcuffed. What a kind of coward it's by the beatdown squad, no?
Tell him to stay in that van, whoever is in that van.
So how many times a week do you beat men with their hands cuffed behind their back? Sergeant, there was 2 sergeants there that day, right? Your same rank?
Sir, I'm gonna have
And
to
they
ask you to
beat
leave.
and they beat a man with his hands behind his back,
Come
right?
out here, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Sir, you can call the state police. I'll wait for them. They have a job to do. They should be arresting the people involved. That's what they should be doing, not worrying about a cameraman exercising his constitutional rights. Those officers are still free till this day.
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
They're free till this day.
Come on.
And that's ridiculous. No, I'm in a publicly accessible area. And I told you, I'm engaged in a constitutionally and statutory protected activity.
See this right here?
That sign doesn't override the Constitution or the statutory law, sir.
Let's go.
It doesn't.
Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to step out.
I could see by the response here today, by the first officer, and the looks on all these officers. This is what the type of behavior you guys engage in here, huh? Here in Marcy
Ask
Correctional
you to leave
Facility.
politely.
I have every right to be here. You can ask me to leave. I
You
do.
cannot be on state
You need to
property.
study the law, sir. Instead of beating inmates with their hands cuffed behind their back until they're unalived, you should probably study the law, sir. I know what I'm talking about.
He come up, he started recording. I've asked him numerous times politely that he's not allowed on state property while recording.
Yeah, Clay, go grab that paper for me.
Says it's his constitutional right. state
And
law.
statutory right. And statutory right. New York State Right to Monitor Act.
Refusing to.
So is there a new superintendent? I know the governor was trying to appoint a new superintendent. Who's the superintendent of this facility, Sergeant? The old superintendent that was here when Robert Brooks got mercilessly beaten, right? He got beaten mercilessly. Is there a new superintendent here, sir, yet? Is there like an acting superintendent? I mean, I'm trying to speak to the superintendent. I'm an independent journalist. I'm working on a story. I want to know, why did a man get beat here with his hands cuffed behind his back? Did you see the video, Sergeant? Did you see the video of your officers and your fellow sergeants beating a man with his hands behind his back? They thought their body cameras were off. Does that type of behavior, do you know of any other kind of behavior? Would you like to be a whistleblower?
I would like you to come out here.
Would you like to be a whistleblower? Is there other incidents that happen here, sir? Are there other incidents that happen here that you are aware of that you'd like to come forward? You could do so anonymously. You could send me an email at longislandaudit@gmail.com, okay? I know the thin blue line runs deep in the corrections department. I know obviously 14 correctional officers stood there, including a nurse, 2 sergeants, officers that have been sued before in federal court for viciously beating people, and they continue to work here. Have you ever been sued in federal court, Sergeant? Have you ever been sued in federal court? Are you part of the beatdown squad? Can I get your names and badge numbers?
So I've been directed from my supervisors to.
Who's the superintendent
just
here?
Let you know. Please leave the area. The New York State Police will be called if you refuse to leave the area. Videotaping and photographing a New York State docks facility property without the consent of the superintendent or commissioner is prohibited by docks policy. All right, while members of the public who are visiting incarcerated individuals are permitted to enter this lot and park their vehicles, individuals are permitted to enter, or as you were. Individuals are permitted to enter this lot and park their vehicles. This property is owned by the department. It is considered a part of correctional facility and falls under the authority and jurisdiction of the commissioner. Pursuant of the correction law, section 112, he is empowered to exercise superintendent's management and control over department correctional facility and the safety and security reasons.
What about the safety and security? Robert Brooks,
he-
when you mercilessly beat him with his handcuffs
He has
handcuffed behind his back.
a restriction against videotaping and photographing the dock facility property and any person while present on the correctional facility parking lot. If you would like to request permission to take photos or video.
Why would I
of
request permission
facilities,
when it's my constitutional and statutory right?
you may contact the superintendent or commissioner of this property.
Who's the superintendent?
While publicly owned is a non-public forum which is not traditionally recognized or designated as a forum of public assembly and is restricted. Your activity here is considered a security risk and a trespass.
It's constitutionally and statutorily protected activity, New York State Right to Monitor Act. Who's the superintendent here? Wasn't the superintendent just fired because the officers who beat Robert Brooks with his hands cuffed behind his back? Are you guys part of the beatdown squad? I heard there was something called the beatdown squad here. Is that in existence? Does that still carry on?
All right.
Do you guys agree with that kind of behavior? Can you guys condone that? Can you condemn that? Excuse me. Can you condemn that behavior, what happened to Robert Brooks in this facility here in Marcy Correctional Facility? Can you condemn a man being beaten with his hands behind his back? It's not. I'm engaged. You are a peace officer, and I am filming you in the course of your duty. It's a New York State Right to Monitor Act. You can look it up if you'd like. We could take it to court. That's fine. I have a right.
My understanding at this point, it appears to me that you're within the facility itself.
Right, but I'm still filming correctional officers in the course of their duty. It's a New York State Right to Monitor Act. It's a state law. And if you read that law, it gives me the right to film peace officers, security officers in the course of their duty, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now. And I'm asking questions. I wonder, who's the superintendent here, sir? You said I need permission from the superintendent in that nice letter you just read. Who's the superintendent here? They were fired, weren't they? Is there a new one? Is it a secret who the superintendent is? You said I need to ask the superintendent for permission. You're not going to give me the superintendent's name? With his hands cuffed behind his back. Were you here that night?
No, I wasn't here anymore.
You weren't here that night? Do you engage in that kind of behavior? You don't? What's your name? You're not going to... I would like to look up your record to make sure that you're not engaged in that kind of behavior, sir.
You need to be looking at anything, dude.
Oh, yeah, I do. For sure. All right, well, if anybody knows who this man is, please let me know who he is so I can look him up. You don't have your name tag on? Isn't that department policy? Do you guys just break policy, break laws, just don't follow any rules? It's not funny. A man died here. A man died here. Your coworkers unalived a man for what? With his hands behind his back. Seems like a pretty coward thing to do by your beatdown squad. Are you guys part of the beatdown squad? You call law enforcement. Call law enforcement. I would love to speak with them. And they can do what they need to do.
Understood.
Is your body camera on? Doesn't look like it. Is your body camera on? Sir? Is your body camera on? Because they weren't on that day when Robert Brooks was beaten. Are you guys part of the beatdown squad? Are you guys part of the beatdown squad? Go ahead, I'm fine. Are you guys part of the beatdown squad? There's a beatdown squad here, right? They beat down Robert Brooks with his hands cuffed behind his back. That happened here, correct? I mean, it's on video, right?
They're telling me everything, right?
So I'm just asking, are you part of that squad?
Never heard such a squad.
You never heard of such a squad?
No, sir.
It's not a unit that you know about?
No, sir.
How do you feel about that incident? Do you condemn it? Do you condemn the beating and the unaliving of Robert Brooks with his hands cuffed behind his back? I mean, I think that's a pretty simple question. I think anybody should condemn that, unless you're part of that type of mentality. And that's what you do. Do you condemn it? Okay. Don't condemn it. Your silence speaks volumes. Do you condemn it, Sergeant? Do any of you, can any of you not be cowards and condemn the vicious beating of a man with his hands tied behind his back, cuffed behind his back? None of you could speak up and say that was wrong? Really? What about you? Is that wrong? Do you condemn it? Do you condemn it, sir? No? None of you, huh? That speaks volumes to this facility. Wasn't the governor just here? She paid you a visit, fired the superintendent. Is the superintendent still the same one? Who's the superintendent now? No? You're gonna exercise your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, sir? You don't want to get in any, say anything incriminating that might be used against you in a court of law? Can I get your name, sir? No? No one wants to give their name. Sergeant, isn't it your policy to give your names to the members of the public, Sergeant? Aren't you the supervisor here? I'm asking for, you gave me your name, right?
The Fifth Amendment protects individuals from self-incrimination, giving anyone the absolute right to remain silent during questioning. However, when multiple public servants collectively refuse to comment on a tragic incident involving their colleagues, that silence creates a profound conflict. Watch how the atmosphere shifts when personal legal protections meet the public's demand for ethical accountability.
I gave you my name.
I'm asking for all these other correctional officers' names. I'm doing an investigation. I want to look up your disciplinary record and the complaints filed against you. Don't worry, the video will reach a lot of people. If anybody knows who these unidentified individuals are, this guy, he looks like he's part of the beatdown squad for sure. This guy for sure, he thinks it's funny that a man was beaten. Insanity. Insanity. Why is the flag at half staff? Is that in memorial of Robert Brooks, the man that was viciously beaten and unalived in this very facility here? Everybody wants to exercise their Fifth Amendment right, huh? I don't think your body camera's on. Hey, Sarge, I don't think his body camera's on. You guys should get used to putting that on. Because, you know, no one had it on when Robert Brooks was viciously beaten. The nurse was in on it too? See, when the nurse doesn't do anything about it, about a man being beaten to death with his hands cuffed behind his back, that tells me that this is, you know, 2 sergeants are involved. 2 sergeants, 11 correctional officers, and a nurse. All involved. And no one said a word. You would have walked in that morning. You can't tell me that you don't know that is happening, Sergeant. That these things are happening, that people are being killed in this facility here that you work at. None of you can tell me you don't know that that's happening on a regular basis. None of you. You're either complicit or you turned a blind eye to it. Either way, you should be fired. Either you're complicit in it and you engage in that kind of behavior, or you just turn a blind eye to it.
It's sad, really. It really is sad. You guys are public servants. I understand you work in a correctional facility. I understand the people that probably are inside aren't the nicest of people. But you chose this job, right? You get benefits, get a good salary. You chose it. Nobody forced you to work for a Department of Corrections. It's really sad that none of you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you, won't condemn the vicious and brutal beating of Robert Brooks while his hands are cuffed behind his back. Who beats a man with his hands cuffed behind his back? A coward. A coward does. "14 of you in total, and you still needed his hands behind his back because you were scared to get hurt. I'm engaged in a constitutionally and statutory protected activity. The New York State Police come here, I'm going to tell them to go to your brothers in blues house and arrest them. How are they free? How is that possible?" And you call state police all for a man with a camera asking questions of his government, asking questions, engaged in a constitutionally and statutory protected activity. Doesn't make the New York State Right to Monitor Act doesn't make any exceptions for being on correctional facility, publicly accessible property. I have a FOIL request right here if you want to take it. This is a FOIL request for some documents for this facility here. You're not going to take it? You have to by law. It's a FOIL request. I'm just trying to submit it with the facility for some documents that I need. So state police has arrived. Let's see if they honored their oath that they took to uphold my constitutional rights, our constitutional rights, and our statutory rights. All these officers, not one of them will condemn the vicious and brutal beating of a man that ended his life while his hands were handcuffed behind his back. Not one of them will say, "I condemn that behavior." Wow. Speaks volumes. Hey, sir, how are you?
How are you?
I'm doing well, sir. A little chilly out, but doing well. Man, you mind if I get your name and badge number, sir?
Absolutely. It's Trooper Lawrence, 2337.
Hi, Trooper. How are you? My name is Sean.
How you doing?
I'm an independent journalist. I'm doing well. I'm just here, as you know, there was a man that was viciously murdered here.
Yeah.
And I'm here to ask some questions, film the government officials here in the course of their duty,
Sure.
In accordance with the New York State Right to Record Act, as well as the First Amendment. Just asking questions. I'm not going into restricted areas, but, I'm glad that you're here, Trooper, because I know there's like 11 or 12 correctional officers that need to be arrested. I can show you a video where they unalived a man and beat a man.
Yeah.
I think you should go and arrest them.
It's actually under investigation by BCI right now.
Well, what's BCI?
The Bureau of Criminal Investigation.
Is that like an arm of like the state police?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and it's under investigation. But what?
Yes.
I mean, didn't we all watch the video of the man getting beaten with his hands behind his back, handcuffed?
We saw that it is under investigation right now. You've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, his hands were cuffed behind his back. He was beaten right here in Marcy Correctional Facility, and he died.
He did die
as a
yes.
result of those injuries, which is insane to me. So I'm just saying. I mean, you're a law enforcement officer. You should probably. If I was a law enforcement officer, I would go to their house and arrest them, right?
Well, I can't make any arrest on that, so it's.
You don't have probable cause with that
innocent-
video?
It's innocent until proven guilty right now. So actually, the attorney.
All you
General's
need is
office-
probable cause.
The attorney general's office is actually turning this over to
The county, right? To a county. Yep.
Onondaga County prosecutor.
I saw that. I
Yes.
saw that yesterday. Yeah, I saw that they are turning it over to a special prosecutor. They're going to make them a special prosecutor in the case.
Yes.
A disturbing video alone does not allow police to instantly bypass the justice system. Law enforcement requires strict probable cause to make an immediate arrest, and every individual is presumed innocent until proven guilty under the Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment. This legal framework explains why the state police step back, allowing a special prosecutor to build a formal, airtight case.
So
I
that
saw
actually
that.
just happened yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw
Officer
that.
James made an announcement about that.
Right.
Yeah.
But you have enough probable cause to arrest someone.
I don't at this point right now.
You
No.
don't?
Nope. This is going
You
to
have
be
no probable
This is
cause?
going to be taken care of by investigators.
All right. I mean, if you don't have any problem, I think we all witnessed probable cause, sir. I think we all witnessed probable cause for at least the beating of that man, if not the unaliving of him.
Well, we have to wait until everything comes into court and it's taken care of via the justice system.
They have to get to court first.
That is correct.
They have to get there
we
first.
Have to bring all the evidence and everything
They're
together.
at home with their families right now, and
Go
you
from
know,
there.
while the man was he lost his life. So I don't know. I just came here to ask questions. If they're part of the beatdown squad, if they were, you know, they're responsible, right? Yeah, that's all I'm doing, sir.
Yeah.
That's all. They read me something. I don't know what it was, but again, I'm very familiar with the New York State Right to Record Act, right to Monitor Act. Excuse me, Right to Record is the New York City one. Right to Monitor Act. I have a right to film peace officers, security officers, and law enforcement in the course of their duty, and that's all I'm doing. I'm not going to restricted areas.
I have no issue with that.
Okay, great, Trooper. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks, man. Thank
Do you
you.
need any more help?
I don't need anything else.
Okay.
I'm just asking questions.
Sir.
Take care.
Okay, Sean.
Have a good day. Thank you. So you guys would not like to answer any more questions? I mean, you really didn't answer any questions to begin with, but oh, that's the walk of shame. The trooper's not a walk of shame. He is upholding my constitutional rights. That's the walk of honor. He should be going to those correctional officers' houses and arresting them. That's what he should be doing. There's enough probable cause for him to go make arrests. But of course, they're public servants, ladies and gentlemen. They are law enforcement. They're part of the Thin Blue Line gang here. And they're not going to arrest them right away. But yet, when Luigi Mangione took the life of a healthcare executive, which I completely condemn, unlike these officers, I can condemn unnecessary violence when it happens. I condemn that. But when that happened, you had the New York City mayor who was corrupt, Eric Adams, corrupt as can be, walking behind him. They had dozens of officers walking alongside of him doing perp walks. Every single one of these correctional officers, including the nurse that was there taking a part of this situation, should be perp walked for the public to see in front of every single camera and paraded and shown to be the scum that they are, the despicable, murderous scum that they are. Hi, ma'am.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. You mind if I just get your name and badge number so I know who's here?
Sure, Trooper Hartman, 1284.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Stay safe. Hey, how you guys doing today?
How you doing?
You mind if I get your name and badge number, sir?
It's Sergeant Nick Leone, Shield 918.
Thank you. My name is Sean, sir. I'm an independent journalist. Yeah, I'm asking some questions about Robert Brooks' incident that happened here a couple days ago.
Okay.
I'm not going to restricted areas or anything.
Okay.
I just wanted to let you know.
Okay.
You're not gonna have any issues with me, sir.
Okay.
I'm just asking questions.
You said
Do
Sean?
Yeah, Sean. Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Where are you from?
I'm from Long Island, sir.
Oh, Long
From Long
Island.
Island, yeah. I'm an independent journalist. That's fine. Yeah. So, you don't have probable cause to arrest those officers, the 14 officers that were engaged in that?
I can't comment on that investigation. I'm
All
sorry.
right. I mean, you saw the video, right?
Yes, I did see the video.
You saw the video. Do you condemn that kind of behavior?
I can't comment.
You can't say you condemn that kind of behavior.
Listen,
The governor condemned it.
I understand that, and I agree. I don't condone that, but I can't really comment on the
I just think that
investigation.
sir, I think, sir, that public servants need to come out and call out the other bad ones, so that way, you don't look as bad. None of those correctional officers that came out to speak to me, none of them would condemn it. It's not a controversial topic. It's not.
I understand that.
It's not. You're not part of the investigation.
I'm not a part of the investigation.
Right.
I
So
can't
you could.
comment on that,
I don't know. Should be easy to condemn. Hey, how you doing, sir? Good. How are you, sir? Good. You mind if I get your name and badge number, sir?
Trooper call 3947.
My name is Sean. Thanks, Trooper.
Okay. So you came all the way up from Long Island?
Yeah, I travel all across the country, sir.
Really?
Yeah, I travel all across the country.
What's your YouTube?
Yeah,
What is
I have YouTube, all types of social media
All
and
right.
website. Long Island Audit, sir.
Oh, Long Island. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
All
Long
right.
Island Audit.
The famous Sean from Long Island.
Yeah, just asking questions, just trying to figure it out. That I saw the video and I was like, I got to drive up there 5 hours.
No,
I gotta drive
it's
5 up there to just ask some questions. You know,
Yeah, no,
it seems just the way it happened. It just seems like it happens more than you would think. Like,
I understand where you're coming from.
yeah, it's crazy, and I think the people have the right to know. You know, I don't see any other journalists coming over here, and I don't see ABC and CNN, Fox News coming over here asking questions. So
As long as you're not violating any laws, we're not
Right.
here to infringe
And-
on anyone's freedom of speech or
Yeah.
First Amendment.
yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that, sir.
You know,
I appreciate
obviously we have
that
to show up
because
We
they
can-
called you,
We
right?
get called. We conduct an investigation. We determine if there's any criminality and what's going on, and then we act accordingly from there.
Gotcha. Yeah. I try and always be in accordance with the law, statutes. New York State Right to Monitor Act is very important. You know, it deals with this directly, filming
Okay.
peace officers, security officers.
I'm being filmed now.
Right. I mean, I don't think anybody should really. We're all being filmed. You know, we're all being filmed. You know, I just think it's ridiculous that these guys got to stay home with their families for Christmas after committing such a heinous act, and yet we got the other Luigi Mangione, who's not a public servant, who's being paraded with the mayor behind him, the corrupt mayor who's indicted by the FBI, by the Justice Department, and he's being paraded through the streets like some type of serial killer and terrorist. I mean, I could say I condemn that senseless killing, but no one else can condemn this merciless, brutal. It's his hands were cut behind his back.
No,
His hands were
no,
cut
I know
behind his
exactly
back.
what you're saying.
It's crazy. It's
know.
crazy. No matter what he did to be here, that's not right. That's just not right.
Were you? And I'm just asking.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
You went inside and.
Yeah, I went into the public lobby. Yeah,
Okay.
I went into the public
Did
lobby.
he ask you to leave, or what was the deal?
He said that I wasn't allowed to record, and he read me something. He read me that I wasn't allowed to record per the commissioner of docs, and I try to tell him that there's a New York State law, and anything I do, I always consult with my attorneys. I read the law.
Yep.
There's no exceptions to the New York State Right to Monitor Act. I've read it completely.
I'm sure you do your homework. You come out
For sure.
wouldn't doubt
I
that
wouldn't.
at all.
I wouldn't be 10-0 in these unlawful arrests if it wasn't for me reading the law and understanding it, and understanding the what I need to do. Right. Yeah, I know. I've recorded everywhere in New York State
Yeah, I know you
and
have.
across the
I know
country.
you've been up here before too.
Yeah, I've been up here before. Right. Yeah. I mean, I also do trainings with law enforcement. I've done First Amendment auditor trainings, First Amendment trainings
Have you
with,
really?
yeah,
In New York
ride-alongs. No, Ohio and New Jersey.
Really?
I haven't had the opportunity to do it in New York State yet,
You've
but
been asked to go and
yeah,
do this stuff? Have
yeah,
you
it's been really cool to be able to work with them and bridge the gap between the public, because I'm not anti-law enforcement. I'm anti-bad law enforcement. I'm anti-tyranny. Some people have blinders on and they just hate all law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
I just want good law enforcement to call out bad law enforcement and to hold them accountable. I want bad law enforcement to be held accountable. I think that's pretty fair.
Yeah. No, and that is fair.
I think that's fair. So, and that's why those departments invited me. It was the Union City, excuse me, not Union City. It wasn't them. Hubbard in Ohio. And we did ride-alongs, we did a little training. It was nice. It's on my channel.
It's nice that you have you developed a skill set.
Right, yeah. I mean, I'll be honest with you, Trooper. I picked up the camera. I was just like, I just want to see how my department in Suffolk County, Long Island reacts, right? I want to see how they react. And I wanted to do it in a way where, I act like the man that my mom raised me to be. So I wanted to be cordial and, respectful with them. And unfortunately, I didn't get that in return. And you think I had a really bad experience my first time? Maybe if I had a good experience my first time, I would have never been Long Island Audit. I would have never traveled the country, or 500 million views later. But I was treated really badly, and it inspired me to keep doing it and just keep going around the country and making sure you guys are upholding your oath.
You found a cause and you believe in it.
Right, exactly. Nothing wrong with that, right?
There's nothing wrong with that at all. Like I told you before, as long as no one's violating any laws,
Right.
people have their freedoms. You have your
Right.
freedoms, and our job is to investigate that. And that we get called to this stuff. We get
Right,
called to
yeah,
this stuff.
I know.
So
I thought I could push you guys. I was like, all right. I knew that they were going to call because I know they're ignorant of the law, but I knew they were going to call. But I was like, maybe I could push them to go arrest those people. Go hold them accountable. They're home. They're home free.
They could be running.
We have a chain of command that we
I heard
follow.
BCI is investigating,
we have
right?
our Bureau of Criminal Investigation that investigate it, and they're the that chain of command. The decisions get made at a higher up level than when I get made, and even speaking on it, I know we're recording right now.
Listen.
And I know you want my opinion and stuff like that, but I'm not really in a position. We have people in our agency that speak for us. You know what I mean? And that's.
I understand that.
And I know you want. And I understand.
No, I get it. I understand that you're not gonna. I have to try, right? I have to try, and I have to try and see, because these officers, people, are very upset.
Yeah.
They what they saw, again, you don't have to comment, but I can talk, and I'm going to tell you.
Absolutely.
I got to tell you, people are upset across this country about what happened and what they saw in that body camera footage, and the fact that these people are not yet in custody.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a smack in the face to the American people, because if it was anybody else, imagine somebody viciously beat you, a law enforcement officer, a New York State trooper, with your hands cuffed behind your back. They took your handcuffs from you and beat you down until you weren't alive anymore. You couldn't get home to your family. You think they would investigate?
Totally understand.
You think they would investigate?
Totally understand.
That person might not make it to, those people might not make it to the jail. They might even make it there. So, I'm just trying to say, accountability needs to have, justice is supposed to be blind. This is an injustice, and it needs to be rectified. And that's why I'm here, just to promote it. I have to use my platform that I've been given to highlight these issues, and that's what I'm using it for, Right. And then, hopefully people call the governor, call the attorney. The attorney general is not handling it, I heard, as of yesterday. They've assigned it to what's the county here?
This is Oneida County.
Oneida. Yeah. I know they assigned it to another district attorney's office, so I think there was like a conflict, I think. I don't know what it was, though.
Maybe outside.
Right. It's chilly out here.
Just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Yeah, sure. What's up?
How long you plan on?
Not long. It's cold.
Yeah,
it's cold. No, I'll be honest with you. Not long. Not long. It's cold out here.
Did you expect that we were going to be getting this weather when he came home?
No, I did not. I kind of just got caught driving in the middle of lake effect snow, and I was like, oh man.
We caught some lake effect.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
There might be more.
I couldn't even. I gotta get out of here quick.
Back home
Yeah. I'm going home. Yeah, no, for sure. I don't want to. We don't really get snow on Long Island.
Not like this.
No, and when I was growing up, we used to get snow days. We used to get snow, kind of like this, not excessive, but yeah. And now we don't get. I haven't seen snow there, and we got a little bit, but I haven't seen any significant amount of snow in years.
Yeah, it was.
I couldn't see when I was driving yesterday.
It got that fast yesterday. It was great. All the snow had melted. We were doing good, and then, in a span of not even 24 hours, we got all this.
Wow.
And there might be more coming.
Oh,
man.
man.
I don't know how familiar you are with lake effect.
I'm not too familiar. I've seen it yesterday.
It could be a white out here, and 10 miles away, it could be no snow.
Oh, okay. That's crazy.
So, yeah.
That is crazy.
We prepare for 1 or 2 every year.
All right, so I was leaving, and this officer here told me to hang out for a second. So I just want to make it clear: am I being detained? That you know of?
Not that I know of right now.
All right,
I want to make sure we got everything.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. Hey, troopers, am I being detained? I was literally ready to go. This is why you never leave before the police, but. So am I being detained?
For right now, you are.
For what crime?
Sean, right now they're determining whether or not they want you arrested for the crime of criminal trespass, which you actually committed when you went inside after they told you couldn't be recording in there. Past the signs where it says no cell phones allowed, and you remained in there unlawfully until they finally got you out, and then you left.
That's not the crime of criminal trespass.
Actually, crime of criminal trespass states to enter or remain unlawfully.
Let's look it up.
Absolutely.
Let's look it up for real.
Sure.
Because I've dealt with this before,
Okay.
and the charge has been dropped. But okay, let's look it up.
Does it not state to enter or remain unlawfully?
The building has to be designed. The property has to be designed in a manner to exclude intruders, Read it.
The threat of detainment is a common tactic, but understanding precise statutory language can dismantle it. In New York, criminal trespass requires entering or remaining unlawfully in a property that is physically designed to exclude intruders, such as a locked gate or fenced yard. By proving a public lobby lacks these exclusionary elements, the citizen exposes the detention is legally hollow.
I'm telling you, Trooper, I'm not lying to you.
Did you know
Has
that
to
a
be
fenced-in backyard, if you were to enter somebody's fenced-in backyard, that is actually the crime of criminal trespass?
because that would be designed in a manner to exclude intruders, sir.
Meaning, even if there aren't any locks on the gates?
Right, because it's designed in a manner to exclude intruders, because there's a fence.
Gotcha.
If it's publicly accessible, and I would also take a look at the New York State Right to Monitor Act. There's no exceptions for recording public servants, security officers. It names security officers.
Understood. Did you
law
know
enforcement
when we actually
officers.
enter that facility fully, we actually have to leave unless it's a response to an emergency. We have to leave our cell phones in the vehicle. We are not allowed to record in that
That's
building.
not a
Did you know
law.
that?
But that's not a law.
That is under their corrections policy.
Right, their policy is not law, sir. It's just
It
not.
applies to law enforcement and civilians.
But it's not a law, sir. It's not a
Understood.
law. There's no law that says you cannot bring your cell phone inside of a correctional facility. There's no law. There's no statute that was written. Again, I'm telling you the two laws. New York State, and I'm just saying.
No,
Are you a
and
supervisor?
And I understand.
Are you a supervisor?
I am.
Okay.
And I do understand that if you...
I'm just asking questions.
No. I absolutely understand that. And what I'm saying is you're walking into a public library, you're filming, absolutely, you have every right to film there. If you're in an area that's open to the general public, you always have the right to film. Correctional facility has had this policy for years, and like you said, you've had other stuff dismissed at other correctional facilities.
Well, I've never been arrested at a correctional facility, but
But
again,
like I said, this is up to them.
Okay.
They've determined
I mean,
whether
listen,
they want to pursue criminal action.
but
okay?
you as the supervisor, sir, I would invite you to please read the statute. It's designed. I've had it dismissed. It's designed in a manner to exclude intruders. Just please read it. And then the New York State Right to Monitor Act. I'm allowed to record security officers, law enforcement, correctional officers in the course of their duty on public property. There's no exceptions made in that statute. It basically carves out the First Amendment. Well, that's what the New York State, that's what happened when George Floyd happened. They passed that law here in New York State, the New York State Right to Monitor Act. I believe it's 79P. And it doesn't make any exceptions for correctional facilities. Doesn't make any exceptions. So again, I want you to do your job. If your job was the right thing to do was to arrest me.
What's your last name? My last name's right there. I know. You can
I
see it
mean,
on there right
you
now.
could. I mean.
No, I don't know you personally. That's why I'm asking.
No,
My last name's
I'm not.
Barber.
No,
That's why I
no.
was
I'm
asking
not
if you
saying
could tell
that.
me your
Well,
last name.
listen, I'm detained, correct?
You are.
Okay, so I'm detained. So I'm being detained for a crime. So I'm
Right
gonna
now, until they've determined whether they want to pursue the criminal action of criminal trespass. Yes.
But I'm telling you, it does not apply, sir. I'm telling you, it does not apply. And again, I want you, Trooper. I want you to do your job, and I want you to do it right. If I did break the law, I would want you to hold me accountable. Just like I want you. I'm being detained for a crime, but yet there's 14 correctional officers out there who are at their homes who we all saw viciously beat a man.
And you know what I hope? I hope to the families of whatever victims that I know you're advocating for and everything else right now. I hope that you're.
But how does this look?
I hope you're donating all your YouTube proceeds and all your clicks, Sean, that all your followers are actually making you right now. The hundreds of thousands
what is
of
that?
dollars right now. No. I actually think what you're doing.
But what is that?
You're
But
advocating and you're out here filming.
this is my job, sir. This is my job.
Absolutely.
Do you donate your salary?
No, I don't.
You don't, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so
And you're right.
it's your salary. You don't.
You're right.
And I'm sure as a supervisor for the state police, and I'll look it up and I'll insert it in the video. I'm pretty confident you make over 6 figures a year.
Absolutely.
Okay, and I'll put the exact number because it's easy to find out. But the thing is that you're here detaining a journalist who's asking questions, yet there are criminals who brutally murdered a man, and you're not doing anything about it. None of you. This New York State Police aren't doing anything about it. They're free at home with their families, enjoying life, while I'm detained here in the cold because I'm asking questions of the government. I'm exercising a right. Again, I would read the law. This is, you don't get qualified immunity if I'm telling you exactly what the law is. Qualified immunity is for being ignorant. 79P, New York State, Right to Monitor Act. Read it. The criminal trespass statute in the 3rd degree. Read it. Designed
in a manner to exclude intruders, aka fenced in, aka locked. I'm telling you, I've been charged in Nassau County for this. Again, it is what it is, but
At a correctional facility?
no, just at any publicly accessible area.
I understand. I understand
No,
this
not a
isn't-
correctional
and-
facility,
and-
but
and I understand this isn't the Nassau County Executive Office building. This isn't a library.
right.
Have you
But again,
been
the
charged at a
but
correctional facility?
no, never. And I've been to plenty of them. I've been to plenty of them, but especially up here in New York, I've been to plenty. Fishkill, Franklin. I've been to plenty. But at the end of the day, there's in the statute, there's no exception for correctional facility. It's not like, you know, your trust on like a correctional facility doesn't make it any different than a library, as you stated earlier, right? It doesn't make it any different than what makes it different.
You're right. Correctional facility is not secure to exclude intruders.
I mean, it's not. I got here without
Absolutely.
this part is, that part over there is, that part over there is. I'm telling you, it's in the statutes, in the elements. Ridiculous. Let me pull up the actual statute so that we have no question whatsoever. You know, that comment you made, Trooper, about, you know, donating my salary to the victims of Robert Brooks or whatever victims you're talking about, you know, that was a pretty flippant comment, and I didn't appreciate it, to be honest with you. Everybody makes a salary. Journalists, law enforcement, we all make salaries.
No. They've decided that no criminal trespass charges.
Sean, you're all set.
There you go, Sean.
Have a good day, sir.
Take care of
Take
yourself.
care. Yeah.
Drive careful.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Have a good day.
Take care.
Drive carefully. Drive careful, Sean.
I will. Thank you. Have a good day, sir. So, we were literally leaving. I literally did my outro. We were leaving because there was nothing else to accomplish. I talked to this officer, this trooper right here. He's an honorable man. I was talking to him, and you know, he was telling me that, and then this supervisor here wants to shake my hand after being completely unprofessional, telling me to donate my salary. Are you kidding? Donate yours. Donate yours. I have a job just like they do. They get paid through taxpayer money. I don't. That's the difference. Oh, man. Ridiculous. If it wasn't so cold, I'd stand out here all day, but it is freezing, ladies and gentlemen. Please forgive me. But as you can see, they have a lake effect here. It's freezing out here. But we'll do another outro. Justice for Robert Brooks. We need accountability in law enforcement, in the corrections department here in New York State. They detained and were about to arrest a journalist for asking questions about a vicious attack, a murder that took place here by public servants. But yet, they don't go and arrest the murderers for the criminals, the correctional officer criminals that murdered Robert Brooks. That's absolutely insane to me. This is America, ladies and gentlemen, where they detain and are going to arrest the journalist for taking pictures and asking questions on public property, but yet correctional officers can get away with murder. Justice delayed is justice denied. And it's absolutely ridiculous, and we need to hold them accountable. I will be writing letters, I'll be sending emails, I'll be making phone calls myself so we can get these officers charged. They need to be charged. This behavior here by this supervisor from the state troopers, New York State troopers, absolutely abhorrent. You know, I hope you donate your salary to the victims who you're advocating for. I'm advocating for the victims that you're not doing anything about. You're not helping any of them. It's ridiculous. Again, it's always about he makes money doing what he's doing, and they're mad about that. That's what it is. They hate that I make money. They absolutely hate that I make money holding law enforcement accountable across this country. It pays for my flights, it pays for my trip up here, it pays for everything, pays for me and my family. I appreciate the platform I've been given and that I've earned.
And that's why I came up here to freeze in 20-degree weather during lake effect snow, almost get into a bunch of accidents in a whiteout. I came up here because those correctional officers, 14 correctional officers, a nurse and 2 sergeants, were not charged, have not been charged as of today. By the time I post this video, they might have been charged.
What started as a simple inquiry outside the Marcy Correctional Facility turned into a direct threat of unlawful arrest. They tried to twist the law using a baseless criminal trespass threat to silence a citizen. But as we saw today, knowing the exact limits of the First Amendment and the New York Right to Monitor Act is your ultimate defense against intimidation. Freedom isn't something you ask for, it's something you understand and exercise calmly. Have you ever faced intimidation while recording in public? Tell us your story in the comments below. Subscribe right now so you are never caught off guard when approached by law enforcement. And if you think this supervisor crossed the line, wait until you see our next video. We break down a case where an officer completely ignores the Constitution and physically escalates a peaceful encounter. This is ID Refusal Central, where your legal knowledge is your greatest weapon.